Up, man. Yeah, man, I'm up. All right, so hear this now. Me I watch a mother and her sister them a talk about a farmer nurse. From yesterday me I watch this thing here. She lose the battle at KPH, the slaughterhouse. The farmer Kingston Public Hospital, but I do rename now, the slaughterhouse, for her treatment for her nurse. She not get that at all. And our people them a complain about it. So if them not treat she properly, but them not do to me and you down at the slaughterhouse. But not she alone, you have the leader up at the university and the 17-year-old girl to wear just want the oxygen. And them continue to, deal with the health system like them a deal with animal. And them not change. And then me see the minister now come and say make it sink in. I make it sink in how much people with COVID and that mean and no more beds and things. Listen, we never have the bed in the first place. So you have to be truth to yourself when you talk. See? So when you come do a passionate thing, yeah. Do a passionate thing, but remember September gone. I put up my video them too. So my mind make that sink in. Because true was power hungry, like when I does. No business about nothing else. Just grab power. Uno mash up the whole of Jamaica. Uno go feel old man. When me look at some of them video here, and you not talk now, And I say make it thinking now with the people them I do and I do. Uno make over 700,000 people intertwine. And them a family them yard. So the whole Jamaica uno not up. For just grab and power. Uno evil. I remember uno could have all election come in June, I think, don't. We could have an election June. See? So they help mash up this and then no talk. But maybe just listen to lady because, John, maybe listen them family here. And then me deal with tough time. See?
My breadwinner that, My breadwinner, something like that. My breadwinner that.
So me could all right, watch this now.
I was on my way to work. I was heading out for work and she rang my mother's phone and I was there in time to answer the phone because she was calling and saying that she's going to tell us where she have some things, some funds, because she said that she's not getting any care and she knows that something is going to happen. So I'm saying, hold on, nothing is going to happen to you. So at that time when she called, every time she called, I was just telling my mother that she's okay. Every time I was in contact with her throughout Saturday night, because Saturday night she told me to pray for her. She said she's on the way to the hospital. So fast forward to Monday now. When we got that information from her, I left for work. My mother didn't talk to her back at that time because
At what point did she start feeling ill?
Okay, she felt ill Saturday. On Saturday she was feeling weak because that's what she told me. She was feeling weak and she felt like she was going to faint and she did faint. That is when she was taken to the hospital. She went to the public hospital, Kingston Public Hospital.
AKA Slaughterhouse.
She went there and so I was calling her back and forth. Couldn't get her at times. Was calling the hospital. Obviously I was bothering the nurses because when I called, they weren't pleased when I was calling.
When you hear
Sometimes
this?
I couldn't get her, so I asked them if she's awake or if she's okay. And a nurse even told me that I must call her phone. Miss, why you calling asking us if she's awake? So I said, please.
When you hear nurse talk to people, I tell you say the whole of them for you put them in a job, man, them have a problem. If we solve this, we solve crime, we solve everything. Every one of them where you put no care whatever, you put them in something and them think them in a position. Them feel them bigger than you and load them a work for you. Without patient, them not have a job, Them no business about that. Them this anybody.
Can you tell me if she's awake? So she shouted, Shanae, answer your phone, your sister calling her sister. And I said, thank you, that's what I wanted. I called her and we were texting. We were texting throughout the whole process until that was on Monday. That was Monday in the afternoon. So back at home now, Monday night after 2:29, March 2nd, 2:29. I think that's Tuesday morning. She sent some messages to my phone, but because I was sleeping, she called me and I picked up her call. She was saying that she need help. She's asking me to read my messages. She couldn't breathe properly. At the moment, she couldn't breathe properly. So when I read my messages, it said, I need help. Call ICU at KPH. Tell them 3B bed 12 patients need them up here. They need help. And then she sent me a voice note.
I don't have enough battery. The machine was working fine. They had a power cut and the light go away. And the machine now start back.
You hear slaughterhouse son. Power cut. Me tell you it's fire in a run, but with JPS thing, you know. Power cut and light go away and it cut off everything. And it come back. When it come back, it now start back. Eh?
Tablet and me now get no help. None at all. So call him please. Me I try to get to Dr. Spence to make sure know. Please, me need your help.
She said the nurse on duty, wicked. Call ICU, need help, get help, my body is weak, my battery is dead. So I said, sorry, hold on, calling. Cash call. So I called and I asked them if I could speak to. I called the information desk and told them I want ICU. When I called ICU, a young man picked up and I gave him the information and told him that the patient on 3B isolation bed 12 needed help. There was a power cut. She's not getting any oxygen. She can't breathe. And he said, okay, I'm going to send somebody up there.
So people just tell me, you know, what me I talk about KPH. I want it better for people. Can you imagine people them depend on oxygen, like go away, and nobody not there to check them. I go send somebody up there. Me think them always I have nurse at the B or something or somebody I check on the people them who work. Them just put you on a bed and just string you up and left you. You dep on your own and a joke me I make. Me tell you one time I go and bad you know that a decades ago, you know. And them I tell me about them not transfer back people, you know, I go and bad. That's why me know a slaughterhouse and I like me I pick on them. Me know them style.
I hung up. A voice told me to call back. When I called back, a young lady answered the phone. And I told her I just called and asked for somebody to go to isolation 3B to attend to a patient. It was 6:13 a.m. in the morning when she told me that the gentleman that was there at her house with her, he called them. He was at the home. She had called him when she called me. When she hung up from my call, she called him. And she said, he got them. That was 6:13. I called them 2:39. And she told me that her battery dead. We will talk later. That's her phone battery to be specific. And 6:13, I said, okay, good. Later. And then I said, evening. This is Tuesday evening now. I said, evening, I pray that you're doing great. And I said, mommy is asking for you. I told her you're doing okay because, like I said, I wasn't telling her anything because she's sickly and I didn't want to upset her. So I was telling her, texting her, telling her that she's doing okay. And then she texted me, great. And I said, wonderful. Any news at this time? I was asking her about her results. They had taken um, her sample, the COVID sample, and I asked her if the results came back because I was saying to her that I want them to move her so that they can treat her because she had told me that they said she developed a blood clot on her lungs and she had pneumonia. So I was saying I want you to get the COVID results so that they can move you and treat you.
No, but look on this now. If you see if she have blood clot on her lungs, right away you know so you have to start treat her with heparin and all kind of things. And treat her with antibiotic pneumonia and thing. You have to start fight it. Me not ask. You know? The embolism, you have to start treat that. And you have to start getting for pneumonia. So them shouldn't even now wait on the test now. Because if she get blood clot and the pneumonia, you have to treat her. Start treat her.
She said no news. So I asked her, how is your breathing? Is it better? She said, better. Just weak. I'm just weak. And I said, okay, by the grace of God, your strength will be renewed little by little. The last message I sent her up to this was what? Tuesday night. Tuesday night, she read them. I saw the blue tick after 10. After 10, I saw the blue tick. Then I said to her, I'm going to go to bed. Ring my phone if you want to tell me anything. So it was the 3rd of March, that was what, Wednesday? The 3rd of March, Wednesday. I had sent her messages praying. Sent her messages and praying and said, good morning, have a blessed day and safe day. Because I was calling her early Wednesday morning and I couldn't get her. So after failing, not getting to her, I sent her the messages and they weren't read. The messages weren't read at all. They weren't read. It was in the afternoon at work. My sister called and my other sister Andrea called and told me that she had passed. She called a co-worker and they tried to tell me as best as possible. But from Monday, Shanae has been complaining about the poor treatment that she was getting. She wasn't being noticed. She called a specific nurse for 1 hour when her machine was down.
When you hear this?
And she was saying that, I can't breathe. It was after she couldn't breathe. She told me. But like I said, from Monday, she's been complaining when she called us and gave us the information about her things. She felt it because she said they don't care. They're not looking after them. They're not looking at her. She called.
Very disappointed and hurt because anytime people talk about comparing KPH and university, I would always be the one to take up for KPH. I didn't know.
That's why when you hear me talk, when I take up for KPH, we have the experience from a longer time. And we have other people who go through. That's why I come out to the system. Stop take up for things we don't know. Just find out first before you take up for things. Because so on go where we can get the change. Because we see the destruction in the place.
My sister would get that treatment down there. I didn't know that she got to clinic down there.
Yes.
That thing felt should be alright. But that's the way all them. I remember one time I was admitted down there, and I was getting some pain, but through the food, didn't taste well, I didn't eat it. So I'm feeling sick. So a lady beside me tell me that you're getting antibiotic and you're not eating, you're supposed to eat. So the nurse was fighting and I said, nurse, the medication that I get, if I don't eat it, it will make me weak. I don't know if the doctor him prescribe it.
Yeah, well, I know it's to her. I don't know, ask the doctor and prescribe it. Them now the manners from morning, people who have to get up, stand united and make them thing a change. It can't, them thing have to stop now, man.
So that is the way they are so inhumane. I don't know. If they take just 5 minutes out of them time, my sister life would have been saved. Just 5 minutes. Because I called her Tuesday night. Tuesday night I called her. Late in the night and I called her and I said, Chumi, are you okay? She said yes. But I just feel weak. So I said, you got the test? The test result? She said yes, them says COVID. I have the COVID. But the nurse, them on the ward, not helping me. Right now I'm calling them to come and assist me with the machine and nobody. And she said, I love you, yeah? And I said, no give up, man. But by the time I said no give up, she hang up. So the Wednesday I've been calling. And until I get the news. They didn't call. It's when I go down there. She's in the hospital. So as my mother phone and she take it up. It was right beside her. And if the doctor called, there would be a missed call, right? Just go down there. And the porter said, wait, now go in it, wait. And that was when nobody called us.
You hear that?
I know hospitals are overwhelmed. But come on.
But overwhelmed with what? Them only have 217 people them admitted with COVID right across Jamaica. Overwhelmed with what? Them overwhelmed long time. Them no make no space. Them no do nothing. All of them a read budget. Them a criminal.
From ever since nurses and doctors, teachers, those people are always known for persons who look out. For people, if you're passionate about something, you do it.
You're right.
If you're not passionate about it, if you are feeling burdened or you think you're being forced to do it, it is best if you leave it. I mean, that's not something good that we need because we need nurses and doctors, but people are to be passionate. My sister was very passionate about her job.
Nurse.
She was so passionate about her
nurse, them a do she so.
Even when she was directing you to her phone, did you at any point or did the idea cross your mind of her passing?
I was trying to be positive. I was telling her that I'm going to write it down, but nothing not going to happen to you. I told her that, I said, nothing not going to happen to you. Even when I spoke to her on Monday, everything was okay. I don't know how everything went from okay to zero. I couldn't believe it. If my sister had gotten the help and the assistance, she would be alive.
God, man. May I tell you, she was the best. She was the best. From birth, she was the best. She was the best, man. May I tell you, she don't make me nothing. Me don't know what. Nothing. When me go clinic, a public medicine clinic, and when me go clinic, me left from Jackshill, cause through her home the near public. Me left from Jackshill and go her home. And me go sleep. And when me wake, me bag up back with me tissue, me and towel, me rag, and me juice them frozen, and me water frozen, and me make, if I cook, she cook, it in me food in a little dish. Yeah, man, may I tell you the best. I don't know how me I go manage without her. I don't know. Oh, God.
If ever I try uplift, and if just she cut off like this to negligence and wickedness, it hurt me. The nurses and the word at KPH is wicked, very wicked and inhumane.
They need to shake
and
them up.
And then blame it on Ministry of Health. They're not getting any pay and they're not getting any benefit.
And they're not doing their job.
The foreign nurse, them get more benefit than them. Then left them, let them do it then. Oh my God, man, a sick patient is calling you for over an hour and you don't look.
But them do it all the time. So what we are talking about long time. So you see, you hear the sister say, she said she had the one who pick up the starter house all the time. When people always say this and that and that, and that may I tell some people, you know, this, if you don't have the experience with the thing, and you know, you might have got the donkey years, and you just see, so okay, somebody thought, no, when things wrong and it broke, it need to get fixed. But I have to knock out against it and highlight it because when it gets from bad to worse now, you know. Because when man like me in the wilderness, I point it out to them. I say me for a while them up already. If I them alone them that kill me, I have to stop use that generation now. Time now, long time. Private system or foreign system, we no business with them. And a brethren said something to me, say, lonesome, we can afford to use a private system and them thing. But tell me what now. Like what you say about the ambulance and thing of reality, because if an accident or something, when the ambulance them come on, which are the police jeep them were dirty when them step in everywhere, in the back of that, them are gonna lift you up and carry you same place there until your people them can reach. If you're unconscious, them are carry you same place down there till your people them can come move you and put you where you want to go. And the reality, not even ambulance. And we have spent so much money on all kind of things. Don't be a tough time. I make some piece say the reality kick in and I'm gonna show him reality. I'm gonna show a piece time where I say. And then I'm gonna match it with what them do. Hypocritical thing me not deal with. So when you come and say your reality, me, I say don't keep no election. I'm gonna show no what I wanna do. And yeah, say the reality kick in now. And this and that, and yes, the government and people, who should have that, who should even run a thing with over 750,000 people run up and down for both parties, both of them. You understand? The Prime Minister should never call an election. And then few months after now, when you come and one thing I blame, so whoop. Yeah, when the thing low, when I say yes, when I get all the accolades, yes, we keep it low. But now, when I let it go, because of full no dirty action and lost the people them. But when I call and I look for the power grabbing, when I flood up the place, when I let in tourists, when I do everything, when I do everything for flood up the place, then I don't want to blame the people. When I peace and nastiness. Well, I don't know. Understand? I could look for what I say so. I want to give him some reality. I could give him look a reality check. I could hear where I say little. Well, on.
Yesterday, March 6, we had a 35.9% positivity rate with some 723 Jamaicans testing positive for the coronavirus. Let that sink in.
Yes.
Let it sink in that that positivity rate means that our hospitals are going to come under pressure.
Listen, I say we don't do nothing to the hospital. So let me just correct you right now. Cause you can watch this. I mean, I tell you right now, the hospital them now do nothing for nobody, and you never have no bed and no space before this. And remember, I got 270 bed space you're making at the hospital. Uno no come with addition 1,000 bed, even make up something and put 1,000 bed or something right across the place. Yes, you see me I say? So when you come attack this, all right. You see him just start this? Look how make a counteract him now. Make it sink in. Blame everybody. All right, watch out.
Significant pressure. Let it sink in that our public health workers or nurses or doctors are going to find it very difficult to cope with those who come in and need medical care.
Them never care from before, tough time. Them not care, man. Sit down, man, drop out a chair and mobile. Man, sit down with all kind of things and mash up. Saying? You understand? So them not care from morning. I'm alive. You understand? So them not care none at all from morning. So, remember just one year where I say.
Let it sink in that it means longer waits. It means persons having to suffer for longer periods.
So if them did a suffer already, so if man did go a Spanish Town hospital and him sit down from around 6 o'clock at night, all him a ball for him belly, and that me attack around 2-3 years ago, and him a ball him and him mother say, "No, make me dead." At 9 o'clock in the morning when them throw a sheet pan the man, at 9 o'clock the man is a dead man in a Spanish Town next slaughterhouse. So you talk about longer period. So when the man a wait 12 hours and 14 or 16 hours, see the little girl lost dead there. Just need little oxygen. She have little asthma And them a say, them a get in trouble, them now put her out there. Can you imagine now? You see, when the poor people no love run, go vote and love follow these people and follow them foolishness. The man changes. You understand? Let me hear him.
Where they can get a bed.
Get bed.
Generally speaking, a health system that is going to experience significant stress and fatigue.
We are talking about significant stress and fatigue. Nobody not get no help from out of this before COVID and them thing. They want to not do nothing to the health system. We not just lying in a pocket. A matter of fact, when you hear him, we're not done with him. Make we just pause him still. Because I'm going to watch this. I'm going to pause him. And make we see this. See? So we're going to the busy, do ya? So that do ya? So I show one that do four, you know. You understand?
Anyone who is a subscriber to the Jamaica Labour Party, you will know that you do not have my support if another political party
and this
their event and you turn up and disturbing. My young man,
so that do ya?
that my grandmother tell me,
So that do ya?
she would have gone PSP meeting, stand up and listen, and go GSP meeting, stand up and listen, and
Me sure me not see nobody 6 feet apart. Some of them are, some don't. And me see 2 sit parties, and this are just the other day. And that me I look on. Eh? You understand? And over 750,000 people come do this. Hmm? Yes.
our children to return to that kind of civil and decency. This town has for many years voted one way.
Hear them vote.
Scarcely show what is the benefit of that loyalty.
So, the benefit, I give the benefits. The benefit, you know, people can't even get proper treatment at hospital. This is the benefit. After when you take them out, they're sick.
Last forever. And I feel as I stand in this square today that there is a change happening.
Yes, yeah, man. Look on people, you look on them. Eh? No, for see, the people, some of them are, some don't. Both end.
My PNP friends here, I look into their eyes.
See, some of them, some don't. So, wanna do it. Eh? Well, on there. So, wanna look on them, you know. Who police did a lock up? Look what politicians do. Wanna call the election, them you love election, them come out and them come support because they're not power hungry. Right? I want to grab for power and then come and talk about make what sink in. The whole I want is a certain nastiness, so don't mean Jamaica people no good. At time for voting some independent candidate, form a coalition government and lock up on the backside. That's that me I say. You understand? You no mean Jamaica no good. You not line in the pocket. Just look by the crowd. Do that. See there? Both said them have a mass. No, anti-police, the risk management, the under enforce protocols. When you see there? And I'm asking them in front of me. Eh? You know what happen. But power hungry politician, this is what you plan for do. And when you not do it, then no come and chat about make it hypocritical. I talk about beaches and things this bigger than beaches. 700 odd people come out, come vote. 1,000. See? Little less than 3,400 people come out, come vote. See? You understand? For both parties. See? You understand? So, on the draw, them all old people on the catch. I say I can't catch some of that. I say I can't catch some of that. We not deal with the hypocritical thing, you know. Watch it. For the better.
A candidate, a lady who is a daughter of the sun, born and grown here, a lady who has come back to work in the
Good. So when a man talks say change and then start telling how much people and how much people sick. When me look on them, I them think I me look back on you know. Me I one of the man them will look on Uno. Uno do this. It come like Uno you got to talk because we not shoot on yourself in the foot. Uno get up, I wanna know this, I wanna plan this just because I'm power hungry. Election never run till all this June come. So when I get to nothing, when I get to nothing clear up and make sure this alright. But just say alright. I could just push the election because if things like this don't we're gonna lose the election. Election depend on mind. Election. If it stay like this and thing get broke out we're go the gate this and we have to fly this and run the tourism thing and them thing there, then we're gonna get blame and then we're gonna push out badly so and next 4 years. So what we're gonna do, run the election first. We not business so much of them want sick and dead or nothing. We are right. See? When you look at some old people, you know them people they might all pass already. God bless them too, because enough old people years say pass. See? I might. Look on voting there. Look on voting there. I'm showing a voting there. So I could look on some voting there now. Look on some activities. See? Look on the activities we want to do. See? But I look on some of them right now. Just look on some of them. When I look on all them all labels they want them carry out. See? Mm-hmm. So let me hear what I say.
The spread of the COVID-19 virus during this very important time.
Look at that woman there. Look there. What on there? Stop that. You see that, look a while? I'm both part to do it, you know. You see it? See there? See there? This I want to tolerate. See there? She can't even walk. So, you a woman who can't walk, see the hand them will touch her face, you're going to put a one mask on her. So, if them have COVID, them transport it to back this lady and carry her back now home. Go fear. Enough of them old people, them take out of them yard, out of them bed. Them dead all the next day. If you just get half a vote. Both parties do it. Both sides. You understand? The woman can't walk for Christ's sake. Couldn't have no respect. Leave the woman alone. See? Them go fear. You understand what I? The other side do it too, you know. See them there? Some never have no mask. See them there? See there? And then you can tell me about, then you tell me about COVID. See there? See there?
1969, every election run me vote.
You're a worthless piece of trash. You have voted from 1969 every election and you feel proud for that. And you know, see why we used to use porn, it come out 69, feel out 1970s. And you see the place I run down, boy, you have vote. You don't know where you have vote for, you just love party. You understand? We do not vote for the betterment, we don't vote for this, try this. See there? Soon see the party, man. Watch now. See it? See there? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I choose to vote for Jamaica Labour Party because the future is brighter in Jamaica Labour Party.
Future brighter. Them I choose. Them and them no question nothing. Watch this. You see it? Just in the mid. Look how people don't know social distancing again. Watch it. Wanna see it? Wanna see it? See the next one you see it there? PMP I can't see now. See JLP I can't one, see PMP I can't one there. Look. Look. Them people I can't even walk. Look. Look there. See it? So what on? So what the social distancing the day? Eh? Just hungry for power. Wanna do this. And then you see one now turn on and I say government and bought the liquor beaches. You know draw out like 750,000 people. and knock them up. And remember, the whole of them people they live somewhere. So who no come out them go knot up in the community with them. So you must have community spread that go on long time. Some get better, some asymptomatic, but some, worse. Can't deal with that, Look on this.
I wasn't going to vote at all, but when I heard that there's an independent candidate on this ticket, I decided to get up and be a part of the process.
You see it? Yeah? So, that's what we do. That's what we do. See? And when you do that now, and not up the whole place. When you do that now, and not up the whole place, inoculate it, then you say, the health minister come and say, make this sink in. Make this sink in. It's hypocritical. Make this sink in. It never have to be. Make it sink in. But you see the masses now have nothing in and them just get up and just go vote. So you just say, make me do this. And me show them that and them thing there. That's why I want something like this. But you see a bit. I want something like this. When everybody can sit down and question the Prime Minister. We have a thing named question time. Prime Minister question time. If you don't know it, I'm going to show some people about it. See? That's why I respect them kind of little thing here, where even your own part of cabinet asks you question. See? I show people because I never see them deal with this yet in Jamaica. It's a 2-1 Prime Minister, say, them are going like the biggest trouble. See? This name Prime Minister question time. I never see them do this. Look here.
We now come to questions to the Prime Minister. And we start the questions with Ruth Capri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. According to Home Office figures... question one. Sorry.
Mr. Speaker, I know the whole House will want to join me in sending our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks, who sadly passed away on Saturday. His leadership had a profound impact on our whole country and across the world.
You know, I show them question time because I like question the Prime Minister. Because you have some trolling of them like where you question me. We used to that. We travel the world. And you understand, we used to a lot of things where we say, yeah, you have to ask them question about things, eh? Watch this.
May his memory be a blessing. Mr. Speaker, this morning I attended the service at Westminster Abbey to mark the centenary of the tomb of the unknown warrior. Armistice Day allows us to give thanks to all of those who have served and continue to serve, and those who have given their lives in service of this country.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. According to Home Office figures, just 12% of Windrush victims have received compensation and 9 people have died waiting.
When the list was she talk about Windrush, I was set of people, them and other people, right? And she must one of the backbench up on the Prime Minister side, but she asked us, listen, listen. Yeah?
2.5 years after the Windrush Task Force was set up, what will the government do and what will the Prime Minister do to both rectify this injustice, but also ensure that no others who have come to the UK to live and work do not suffer in the same way as the Windrush victims?
Prime Minister.
The Honourable Lady is right to raise this issue, and it is what happened to the Windrush generation was a disgrace and a scandal, and we're doing our best collectively to make amends. And I can tell that I've met members of that generation, and this government is taking steps to accelerate the payments and to make sure that those who are in line with payments are given every opportunity, all the information they need to avail themselves of the compensation that they deserve.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can I associate myself with the remarks of the Prime Minister in respect for our servicemen and women, past and present, in protecting our peace? With regard to our battle against COVID, senior church leaders have this past week issued a call for prayer across our nation. The Prime Minister, I know, is very well aware of the persecution suffered by countless people of faith across the world for wanting to pray and manifest their faith. Will he join me in supporting our church leaders' call for prayer and in championing the universal human right of freedom of religion or belief wherever one lives?
Minister.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Speaker, and I thank my honourable friend for the work that she does to champion that cause. And we all know that wherever freedom of belief is under attack, other human rights are under attack as well. And we will continue to work closely with like-minded partners to stand up for members of such marginalised communities.
So I play two more things. I hear them tell about people from them community and them thing there. We think MP that represent people like that. See, you ever hear in the Magan say matter about this? Ongo about bill for fight crime. Them not ask not all. Them not send by the constituents, attack to them constituents in the constituency and then bring it and come say, yeah, we need this to solve or something. Them not do that. We used to something like this. Watch this.
Welcome to the Leader of the Opposition, the Right Honourable Keir
All right, the
Starmer.
Leader of the Opposition now. Hear
Thank you,
this.
Mr. Speaker. Can I join with the Prime Minister in his comments about Jonathan Sachs? Can I also send all of our thoughts to those affected by the terrible events in Saudi Arabia this morning? Can I welcome the victory of President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris, a new era of decency, integrity and compassion in the White House? And can I also welcome the fantastic news about a possible breakthrough in the vaccine? It's early days, but this will give hope to millions of people that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Mr. Speaker, today is Armistice Day, and I'm sure the whole House will join me in praising the remarkable work of the veterans' charities, such as Help for Heroes and the Royal British Legion. Like many other charities, Help for Heroes has seen significant drop in its funding during this pandemic, and they're now having to take very difficult decisions about redundancies and keeping open recovery centres for veterans. So can the Prime Minister commit today that the government will do whatever it can to make sure our armed force charities have the support that they need so they can carry on supporting our veterans?
Prime Minister.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Speaker, and I echo entirely what the Right Honourable Gentleman says about Help for Heroes. It's a quite remarkable charity and does wonderful things for veterans. And in these difficult times, many charities are, of course, finding it tough. In addition to what the government is doing to support charities through cutting VAT on their cutting business rates on their premises and cutting VAT on their shops, Mr. Speaker, I would also urge everybody, wherever possible, to make online contributions to charities that are currently struggling.
So you see that? So I know one topic they might tell you and they might ask Prime Minister question time. I want this in the our kind of the pirate house. Because you can't say nothing. Me see Andrew attack and when they talk about the Neds and a school youth, one of the youth them and talk to him and go the youth, it's so weird. Them people don't have the manners. And so it go, you know, represent nobody. Watch this.
I thank the Prime Minister for his reply. The truth is the Chancellor's package for Forces charities was just £6 million during this pandemic, and that's just not sufficient. Can I ask the Prime Minister to reconsider that support on their behalf? Because at the same time, we've all seen this weekend that the government can find £670,000 for PR consultants. And Mr. Speaker, that's the tip of the iceberg. New research today shows that the government has spent at least £130 million of taxpayers' money on PR companies, and that's this year alone. Does the Prime Minister think that that's a reasonable use of taxpayers' money?
All them questions we want to ask them. They might answer them. In Jamaica, you're mad. Hear this.
Mr. Speaker, I think he's referring to the Vaccines Task Force, and after days in which the Labour Party has attacked the Vaccines Task Force, I think it might be in order for him to pay tribute to them for securing 40 million doses. And by the way, the expenditure to which he refers was to help raise awareness of vaccines, to fight the anti-vaxxers, Mr. Speaker, and to persuade the people of this country, 300,000, to take part in trials without which we can't have vaccines, Mr. Speaker. So I think he should take it back.
Mr. Speaker, nobody's attacking individuals. Everybody's supporting the vaccine. £130 million, Prime Minister. There's a real question about the way that contracts are being awarded, about basic transparency and accountability. And I know the Prime Minister doesn't like that. This is not the Prime Minister's money, Mr. Speaker. It's taxpayers' money.
Thank you.
The Prime Prime Minister may well not know the value of the pound in his pocket, but the people who send us here do, and they expect us to spend it wisely.
But we can't ask them a Jamaica these questions. Can we ask to get troll and all kind of things? So me like ask questions because I live all over the world and travel all over the place. See? Yeah, man.
Illustrate an example of the government's lax attitude to taxpayers' money. Earlier this year, the government paid about £150 million to a company called Iandel Capital to deliver face masks. Can the Prime Minister tell the House how many usable face masks were actually provided to NHS workers on the front line under that contract?
Mr. Speaker, we're in the middle of a global pandemic in which this government has so far secured and delivered 32 billion items of personal protective equipment. And yes, it is absolutely correct, Mr. Speaker, that it's been necessary to work with the private sector, with manufacturers who provide equipment such as this, some of them more effectively than others, Mr. Speaker. But it's the private sector that in the end makes the PPE. It's the private sector that provides the testing equipment, Mr. Speaker. And it's the private sector that, no matter how much the party opposite may hate them, it's the private sector that provides the vaccines and the scientific breakthroughs, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Starmer. The answer's none. Not a single face mask at a cost of 150 million.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, that's not an isolated example. We already know that consultants are being paid £7,000 a day to work on test and trace, and a company called Randox has been given a contract without process for £347 million. That's the same company that had to recall 750,000.
Let me tell you this. If you watch this, me just give them a look at this. Because we want Prime Minister question time. You see, when you have in the pirate house and you talk to them about anything at all, from the government side, them now you sit down, shut your mouth, move. You notice at the Prime Minister and the opposition and go at it. And you know, each of them make the speak and then answer and then be buff and then answer. And you question them, you the man ask about all them constituents and what I spend and what for people and how packet them plate down. You hear what they want to the package who want with them to get more money from and for the kids them and for this. You don't hear that in our parliament. Me say them have one uncaring package. Them draw out over 3/4 million people, nearly 3/4 million people for run up and down for them. For those power hungry. See? And now you come and say, you just make this and that and intertwine the people, them bungle them up and spread this thing. You know, make it well spread, community spread. And then come up play like under do something great. When you don't spread it, when you hypocritical, can't deal with it no. Can't deal with it no. Condolences to the nurse still. We drop out and our people them. But me are telling us that the system not good. And by the way, Health Minister, me think that come on now, same like how China go build new hospital or something, when I say new hospital, but me think when I come on, get up some tent and something and put even 1,000 bed. Use thing for your hospital. Use arena. A makeshift. Use arena, get some bed. Use arena. For them can so you know put them down there, so use arena. But you can hold X amount of things have upstairs and thing. And you just transform it for the time being and use it. Why not do that? See? Find some other place for using some other parishes for COVID people. So them you have the nurse and the doctor definitely look about them. So you free up back the health system because we have the arena just sit down there. Use it. Well, give you ideas now. Because unlike we get more bed there, say it's overwhelming and run. You see that 270 people now listen to the news later, even 270 hospitalized. Each time when couple dead, then put back up more on them bed there. Them just isolate one, just push you and then they look on you. Barrier here say the same thing. Then they look on them up at university in the accident down in them a beg for accident. Nobody now come to you. Them now listen to you. If the girl have asthma and them not listen to her. Look how much people have now a time for hold some people accountable. Them doctor and nurse say them are going bad now. Ferran go for have a baby, them when I think of COVID that I'm never even in a place like this. And them say now go Yui, but say now go a Spanish town when say now back up here so and she now have no COVID, she ain't up dead. She have the baby and she talk to her sister and everything and she not bleed out. Because them now look upon her like a COVID same and them not look upon her. You know, there are you. That little girl at 17-year-old promising, you know, in her studies and everything, she end up dead for what? She never have for dead, so. And then me say next lady now with fear mother where she said was a nurse too. Was a nurse. I live out her days, just one of the oxygen, them say now, them not take her back, them do. She dead. The one you know down in public, dead. You understand? And when you go look on them place, them nurses look on them angle, your face to them now have no manners, port or style too, you know. It's like you're a slave, it's like you're wanted or you're a prisoner in the hospital them. That's a Jamaica hospital run. The public one them. Same like how government now have the manners, politician them, also the workers them, they now have the manners. And them not understand say, even teachers and things right now too, you know, not for them, you know. If you don't have no kid to teach, we wouldn't hire you. And the people, them kid give you a work. So we just make you know, we just remind you, see? Without patient, we don't need you. And if you're not passionate about the thing, like what the girl said, don't. That means just a money grabbing thing. And you get paid for that, for just watch people are dead. When you don't even have no heart. You still have a phone, no mother that's sick or sister that's sick and thing, and I want to work, when I do everything around them. Can you imagine? You have a ward, but somebody if you call and say, send her up a ward 3, 32 bed, ward 3, or where you send. Nobody know upon a ward, and the ward is a big old empty place with some little curtain. Say if you sick there, so all those them say they take off, them now nothing in that, you know. Then just put a little thing on and put a little thing on and them left you there. You leave right there. You're weak. If you want water, nobody now, not time, nobody now they forgive you. It's like you just put on there, you have to just recover yourself. You know them, that's why I call it slaughterhouse. You understand? And I just threw the road train at the place and the place was nasty and that is not a hospital. KPH not fit for my park my car in it as garage. Come a garage, I can't show them my garage one day. Cleaner than in there. I mean, this time, my garage cleaner than in there. See? So I would not drive my car and park it in a KPH for none of the one of them. You understand? My car tire them, maybe they just put up a beer things, beer fungus, beer kind of things, because they're not clean. And the nurse them now have the manners and the doctor and look about people. You understand? Doctor already there now. Them have doctor on board. If you think a joke me I make, go look on Jamaica here. A woman get stabbed and come in. I mean I watch it. I think I show it on one of the thing. And hear the man now, he might talk to the reporter. I wide open and everything, you know. And she talk, you feel pain, I'm say, okay, I need to resuscitate her. And I say, what do you say? Because the woman now, and I like she unconscious or my resuscitate and I like her heart stop or something with my resuscitate. The woman that say, and I talk to her, my resuscitate. So I'm just a chat one bag of crap. Because of one of them junior doctor, one of them intern, them have there. Mostly come from Germany, them just send him to come do something or Canada, one of them place. See? So him a resuscitate her, him have to go resuscitate her, and him have to go be a crap him attack. See? And them like, who do this? Where you get stabbed? Who? And them the rush you and go look both and them have the CT scanner work there, them have the X, not all work there. So if you operate in there, you know where you operate, see? You see me I say? You have to go outside to the same thing what a doctor wanted to, you know. The same CT scan machine and them thing there, them have some little place where them have. And them always are work, never broke down yet. Thousands of dollars for the one scan. As you go in there, you say you want scan, you want this, you want that. You have to leave out of the biggest hospital. And you have some people that them fool themselves. KPH is the best hospital. What do you mean by the best? Because somebody said that. Somebody has said these things about me until they say it's no good. It can me car moon apart, me car in there, no disrespect. And a joke me I make is a slaughterhouse. Me not park me car. You mad? Me that disrespect my vehicle. Me not park my car in there. It's not a place to nobody go in there. That should have licked down already and build up back and go build back a real hospital. That ain't a hospital. That's an hospital. And then them behavior in there, be a road spear thing and be a germs in that. Germs in that more than anything else, man. See? That for it long time. See? And them people here, I say them I spend money, them not spend no money about bed and overflow. They never have no bed for morning. You can't tell me say hospital island wide, you have 270 bed island wide. How much hospital them there? But the space we want to make because we don't know it's a COVID and we have nearly 3 million people. So if we have and one at a time, even the same Prime Minister say I want 1.3 million, one at a time never say everybody can get COVID. So if you know that you're not supposed to even turn the arena and have some other place you want to turn the hospital in put in some bed now and even get a next 1,000 bed or a 2,000 bed and sit down better than sit down and wait. I told you 70 of them in the hospital in a bed. That's what I want to say, and if just follow the news later, you hear it. So not like I say to overwhelm now and we're running out of space. We never have no space in the first place. We don't make no space all now. We not chat crap. We not help not kill late up the place. That's why I'm not in our own. People not forget real. I mean at the wilderness, you know. And I show all the whole of them things I tell them say, yo, them not mean no good. No country I mean them citizens good do these things. Healthcare is a must, and it's supposed to proper. See? Not even the German them treat the prisoner them like this. I always say them may I tell you, right now German treat them better than that. I know them put them on some kind of chamber, them treat them better than this. This is how Jamaica gone bad now. Moon park my car in a Kingston Public Hospital. None of the war them. None. You mad? Can I go watch cleaning in there? And I joke me I make. See? But there, just keep it straight, Condolences to the nurse. But enough more are dead like this. People them want to say enough is enough. And stop taking them from Tufton or who or where you want to name. See? Because them want to know. When them come out about reality, this and do it, or who know, yeah? I want to come, I want to mix up a bag of people and get the community spread. So enough people asymptomatic and it go on, and like it, I just stay out pan it on. That want to run, At the one of the thing, yeah, see, because enough people have it. Let me tell you this. It's when no matter about 700 and add, if you test the whole place, you get, if you run 1 million tests, you get more than 500,000 for the day. But no, them run go like 1,000 and 1,000 odd. So when you get 700 odd, but that tell you, it's bigger than that. So every time them come and I run a test, remember, them have them bus around. Most of them people, they must sit down like them have them own vehicle and them thing. Them still in the bus, even have on your mask, and them put you so them now too much enough space out. You go, a man go touch something you forgot and you go and mark it and you go in and this and you touch up some things and them touch up. Because you have people like touch up them face and things, it still has spread. And a lot of people have it. A lot. See? If you have the mayor, them that get it and some other MP and you have other former member of parliament where it killed Duncan and them people, they say. But it happened to a little man where him they have not running water for me. But him run upon a motorcade and run up and down phone just to get vote because of power hungry thing when I deal with. See? You can't go on there. I burn my bun, See? Straight, We're up here. Lonesome, me out here.